everyone, this is the Visibility Care Show, the 20-minute show designed to give you the exact tools and tips to get you seen and found by your ideal client. Now join me in welcoming your host, the phenomenal Nnanke Essien.
Welcome again to the Visibility Cure Show. And this is a 20-minute show designed to give you the exact tools and tips to help you to be seen and found by your ideal client profitably. Now, you must understand that visibility is not really about just Facebook videos or Facebook adverts for the rest of them, or working on social media on the online space. It's actually the art and science of your client identifying you as the true resource for the problems that they have. Now, today's show is such an amazing show. Hey, yeah, I remain your host, Nnanke Essien. It's always good to have you back here. Now, our show is graced today by an amazing and phenomenal leader. I call her my personal speaker, writer, sage, and sister. She's a leader personified. She understands the value of leading people with poise, with knowledge, and with class. Our guest today is a certified John Maxwell coach, right? And she's going to be teaching us today about minding your business and growing your business. Please join me to welcome no other than the amazing wife, mother, sister, and the one who expertly crafts words to move you, to elevate you, to lift you up from where you currently are. And she's no other person than the amazing Onwuka. Please give her a round of applause.
Oh my God, that was awesome. Thank you so very much, Nnanke. Honestly, for a moment I was wondering who was being introduced. So my name is Onwuka. I bring you greetings from Texas, the Lone Star City, and then this is morning our time. So before we go into the business of today, I recall how I met Nnanke. I met her sometime a few years ago in Houston. We attended a career event together. I think she had just finished her MBA from Rice University, one of the most prestigious in Houston. I had finished my MBA in Boston, and somehow, funny enough, in the bathroom. And you will realize how very important this particular meeting is, because something about her connected to me, and we remain friends ever still. By a stroke of serendipity, after some time, our husbands became colleagues in two different countries, and it's amazing. So today we are going to be talking about something pretty simple. We all went to grad school. Some of us, they don't teach you this in grad school, but to be a successful brand, to be a successful influencer, to be a successful thought leader, you cannot not do this. So this is growing your business by minding your business. Growing your business by minding your business. Most of the greatest brands, most of the most significant brands are brands that understand this. The seduction to be who you are not called to be. The seduction to pursue an assignment that was never yours. The seduction to change your strategy, not because the existing strategy is not profitable, but because someone to your right and a business to your left is in that current strategy is high, especially with small businesses. The greatest struggle of small businesses is how to stay the course. Unfortunately, you can't stay the course if you don't mind your business, pun intended. So we are going to use this few minutes to talk about how do I mind your business. Everyone is doing something on Instagram, on Facebook. There's this jingle. It looks like the loudest, is the strongest. It looks like the most controversial brands are the strongest. I want us to revisit the very foundation of minding your business. You can't mind your business in business until you understand your value proposition. I know that's the word business owners, you've heard it, but I'll tell you what a value proposition is not. A value proposition is not your value statement. A lot of people value proposition. Okay, I am. They begin to tell us who they are. No, that's not your value proposition. A value proposition simply is what makes you you attractive is your selling point. What makes them think of you? You cannot mind your business until you understand your value proposition. By understanding your value proposition, you learn what you are, who you are, how you can be found, and those who need you. But more importantly, by understanding your value proposition, you learn what you are not, who you are not, how you cannot be found, and those that you do not cater to. It is not enough to know who you are. You need to know who you are not. In my personal coaching business, people refer to me as the sage. Years ago, I started this without certification when it was just a passion. And I wanted to live my purpose and my passion. And I started connecting with people, helping to elevate their perspective, coaching people that had issues in their relationship, just generally talking people out of their misery and giving them, ideas on how to navigate rough patches in life. I was, it was just passion. I was just doing everything, everyone. But after some time, I had to evolve to realize, what? I have a message for a certain amount of clients, and it's okay to walk away from clients that I don't have a message for. The problem is you want to be jack of all trade and master of all, and that's commendable. But at some point, you need to be able to look at some opportunities and just say, no, it does not align with my strategy. No, this does not align with my value proposition. This is exciting, but you know what? It goes against my brand. This is extremely profitable, but you know what? In terms of the core value of my business, this negates it. You can't mind your business or grow your business without understanding the limitations of your clientele, your message. In the online space, there's a lot of pull here and there. So like I said, years ago, I remember Dr. Mike Murdoch, Dr. Miles Monroe of blessed memory. I had their pictures in my room. Way before they were vision boards and we understood what vision boards were, I got those two pictures and some other pictures of people who had the kind of message I have now, the kind of words you hear, and you hear a punch, like a punch in your gut. I had them in my bedroom. Of course, my bedroom was my bedroom and my twin sisters. And she is actually very crazy. And she said to me one day, is this a shrine?
I had basketball.
Is this a shrine? So she said, is this a shrine? Are you worshipping these people? But the point is, Dr. Monroe, Dr. Mike Murdoch had a message that resonated. It was a message of wisdom. So now in my business, in my coaching business, when you think of Eden, Onwuka, you think of wisdom. And that's why I sage. So, but every day, the seduction to be someone else, to enter into online debates, to enter into, social debates, and wife not cook, is your husband an ATM? What would you, such peripheral debates. And it's okay if that is your brand. Right. But I had to remind myself consistently over the past 7 years, I am not a social commentator. I am a leadership trainer and a relationship coach. And I cater to mature single women, especially those that are on a rebound. Does that mean I have nothing to say to a 19-year-old girl or an 18-year-old? I can be their mentor. I can influence them. But as a coach in my business, you would have to probably be in your late 20s, wondering when is marriage going to happen? Wondering, okay, what is my next life season going to be? What is my purpose? Or maybe after a heartbreak, you're having esteem issues, then I will be the one to talk to you. I've had to refer coaches. I'm like, what, help you. I can mentor you, but the person for that can cater to you is someone else. And it's okay. I refer them and it's fine. I am confident in my message. I'm confident that if you stay in your lane enough, profit will come to you. It will start initially as passion, but eventually your value proposition will be so, what you stand for. Nnanke, for instance, visibility. When I hear visibility, even in my sleep, I'm like, yeah, Nnanke. When people talk, okay, wisdom, perspective, Eden. Relationship coach to mature singles, Eden. So this topic for small businesses, for thought leaders, for growing brands is very important. The greatest and the most successful brands are brands who have remained consistent. There is a strong correlation between significance and consistency. It is impossible to be significant if you are not consistent. And it is impossible to be consistent if you do not mind your business. How can you mind your business when you don't even know your business? How can you know your business when you have not defined your value proposition? That's that thing that makes you stand out. Why is your message different from every other person? Why should they come to you? But it begins with the question, who are you? And every business is a living organization. So you might want to scale back and ask, okay, this is my business. Who are we? If they think of us, who are we? Hashtag speaker trainer sage. That sums up everything I do. Speaker, trainer, sage. That's the aspect of wisdom. I rarely use the word coach for myself, but because I'm a certified coach, people refer to me. But from the beginning, when I was creating my brand, I'm like, we have wonderful coaches, but there's something else I bring to the table that is beyond coaching. One word is all the person needs. Someone wrote to me, and I know I've shared this before. Someone wrote to me sometime last year, April 30th, and said, Eden, you talked me out of suicide. You talked me out of, I don't know this person. You talked me out of suicide. That was in April 30th to be specific. Someone else in December last year said to me, wrote to me that I read one of your posts. I listened to your voice in my head telling me to not take that jump out of a moving vehicle. I'm a prisoner of hope, and I make bold to say, if you're on the verge of giving up and you talk to me, most likely you will not give up. That is my business. So I try to stay so focused on that. So my counsel to small business owners, begin with understanding once again your value proposition. What do you do? What is your soft selling point? What makes you attractive? Then after you've answered those important questions, you also define what you do not do, who you do not cater to, and what you do not engage in. Minding your business. The resilient brands, the businesses that will bounce back after the fall, the businesses that will go the extra mile, those that will stay beyond the 5-year mark, which is usually most businesses crumble in the first 5 years. Those that will proceed from 5 years to 10 years to 15 are resilient brands who have mastered the art of minding their business. I know it's cliche to say stay in your lane, but to be honest, as a business owner, that is one simple, in fact, that should be business 101.
Yeah.
That's something you have to learn right early. One of my quotes I like, and this is how I say it, and I say, don't be so obsessed with your competition that you lose sight of your completion. Don't be so obsessed with your competition. Oh my God, Nnanke is doing the show. I have to do the show. No, be inspired by them, but you still have to own, like Steve Harris will say, shit. You still have to own your shit. You still have to own who you are. Don't be so obsessed with your competition that you lose sight of your completion. Because initially your brand used to be who you are or what you said you are, but I saw this quote, one of my managers shared it with me last week, and I absolutely love it. I totally really love it. It's by Scott Cook, and he's the founder of Intuit, and he said, your brand is no longer what you say you are. It used to be so easy before. Your brand is no longer what you say you are. Your brand is what others tell each other you are. Your brand is not what, I am this. No. What are your clients telling themselves? That is your brand. And what your clients tell themselves has a strong tie to your value proposition. So I just want to ask you as a business owner, I want to quickly ask you, what is the purpose of your business? What are the people of your business? And what is the process of your business? I call it the Sage's 3 P's of business. The purpose of your business, the people of your business, and the process. I'll quickly go through them. The purpose, we've heard that without a purpose, abuse is inevitable, and I'm quoting Dr. Miles Monroe. Many times we think purpose has to be personal. If it's a business, it doesn't have to have a purpose. No. The greatest businesses now are businesses that are aligned to a cause. Businesses that, their profits is tied to sustainability. Businesses, that, are ethical. Businesses that corporate social responsibility, is infused in their vision. So what is the purpose for your business? Yeah, but I'm a fish seller. What's the purpose of fish? No. There is a purpose to everything. Why fish? Are you trying to bring fish, healthier fish? Are you trying to bring organic fish, homegrown fish, saltless sea fish, salty sea fish? Why is it fish? What is the purpose of your business? You need to go back to the drawing board and answer that. That is what will let you stay the course through different seasons. Then secondly, what are the people, successful business owners, that the problem they have is the last person they hired, the personnel that reflects the business. Like I always say, you walk into a wonderful business, powerful ambience, the receptionist has a bad attitude. That is the person of your business. The people of your business express your value proposition. They are the people that represent your brand. They make or break it. So small businesses, especially in sub-Saharan Africa, we can no longer be mediocre about our hiring decisions. We have to invest in training. We have to invest in personnel. We save money. There are certain aspects of business you can't save money on. It's going to crumble your bottom line. You can't save money on strategy. You can't save money on advertising. And definitely you shouldn't save money on personnel. Personnel is everything. One wrong staff can actually, make you lose multi-million-dollar deals. So I'm in a beautiful area in Beverly Hills or in Lekki. Oh my God, come and see the furniture. But the last person you hire, does not even understand why you're in business. They just want a job. They don't understand your culture. They don't understand what you represent. So guess what? They don't take ownership of your brand. So your brand is in trouble. The people of the business, even if you have capital, something greater than seed capital is human capital. There is something in business that is greater than seed capital. As wonderful as seed capital is, as amazing as we all are looking for investors, venture capitalists, and brand, and people to invest in our brand, without the right human capital, you crush the existing seed capital, or you actually lose the opportunity to attract seed capital. And the last one, The process of the business. Why won't your business have a process, even if it's a sole proprietorship? The days of Lagbaja, me, myself, and I are gone. The day you are not in the office, everything crumbles. If you have to take a vacation, everything crumbles because everything revolves around you. And it's okay to begin that way, but it's not okay to remain that way. Even if it means you have to go to Upwork and hire an assistant, or you have to have someone else in another space help you with administrative work. The greatest businesses are those that have a process, that things can actually still go on after them. What is a process? A process simply means that the people of your business can replicate your goals in your absence. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are in manufacturing, you may have trade secrets, but they should be able to, replicate certain processes of the business, especially those that are not like a big aha or like a big vision. There will be certain things that you should be able to do, but as the visioner, as a small business owner, you should not be micromanaging. The people of the business must be able to understand the process. You should have a blueprint for it. At some point, you have to turn your teachings into courses, and that's what I am about to do. Because I'm like, even if Eden is not there, should be able to look at certain, things that I teach and like, okay, this is the sage's law, this is this, and that's it. That's why the purpose of the business, the people of the business, the process of the business, those 3 P's are integral aspects of your value proposition. And your value proposition, understanding it, guarding it jealously, focusing on it aggressively, is what is going to help you to actually stay the course, to be single-minded, to be productive, to be consistent in a business space where everyone is trying to seduce you away from your goal.
Awesome. I just want to be here, just learning and relearning. This is such intellectual information. At the same time, it's easy, it's bite-sized enough for me to assimilate and understand. Now, you've said a lot of amazing things right here, and the crux of the matter is that every single business needs to build their business on solid foundation, particularly understanding your value proposition and understanding why you are in the market. I was going to ask you to give us a practical approach on how we can put this together, but you just mentioned the fish seller. And so it is basically relatable. Even if you are selling fish, why should I leave your fish to buy from somebody? Why should I leave my previous fish seller to buy from you? Is it because you have cleaner fish from a source location, or you get it from a freshly or a location that reduces the amount of diseases or sicknesses that you might have? That's what every single business owner
exactly.
Because truthfully, the entrepreneurship bust has come to Nigeria, and right there, it means that everybody is trying everybody is trying to make some money, but people forget the principle of time. And then you see this coach do it, you see this other person in your industry do it, and you want to run along, but it is not identical to you. It's not unique to your brand, and so you struggle. So this information that we have heard today is an important aspect if you really want to be seen, because what you mentioned about Scott Cook's post, or what he said in his, in his quote rather, that your brand is no longer what it is. It is what
it's no longer what you say.
Really, it's really what I interpret about your brand. So this is very valuable information. I'm so glad that I can always bring value to business owners, to be able to learn how to build that solid foundation. Again, I like that you mentioned assets in terms of your process. Even if you're selling fish, I don't need to be there for me to know that, for the people working with you to know that if somebody wants to buy XYZ, we can't go below a certain cost because of where we source our fish from.
Absolutely.
We can't go to a certain cost because of the amount of value we are bringing to you and all of that. So all those are processes people need to know. And beyond that, you talked about monetizing your your information, your knowledge, so that even if you're not there, people can pick from your bouquet of services. A lot of us have the blessings coming, never ready when people are there to collect the blessings from us. So, like Eden has rightly said, reservoir of all of this talent that God has given you, but actually be a stream that is given to other people. Because frankly, If you're not being
Abs-
visible about your brand and you don't build it on rock solid foundation, you are actually robbing those who actually need the value that you're providing. So I'm really excited that we have
Absolutely.
to speak with you today.
Absolutely.
Such a blessing. Thank you, Eden. So my people would like to know, where can
Yeah.
we find you? You said that you focus particularly on marketing, and I like that you are very true to your brand. And so there's nothing on the other side that would entice you. There's nothing on the other side that would, that would take you away from your focus. And
Mhm.
it's so critical. So where can we find you, and how can we get these amazing resources? Because I'm sure there are many women as well who be here listening and would like to talk to you and gain clarity in order for them to live the fullest of their life. So where can we find you, ma'am?
Okay, and I will answer that question, but let me make a quick clarification because there may be someone there saying, okay, so so does that mean we cannot change or learn new things? When I say stay true to your brand, I am not saying do not develop yourself. I'm not saying do not evolve. I'm not saying do not learn new things. So I have to make that clarification because I just feel in my heart there's someone saying, okay, stay true. Does that what if tomorrow you are supposed to talk to teenagers? The point I am making, it is not the absence of involvement or growth. It is actually the presence of focus per time. You can improve on your strategy, you can improve on your systems, but I'm talking about who you are. So yeah, I wanted to make that quick clarification.
But
So
even
I
in
mean,
saying
I can be found.
sorry, but
Mhm.
like even in saying that, like even if you're changing your, like you said, learning new stuff and evolving into somebody else, there are
You
still
communicate.
some fundamental principles that you cannot do without. You mentioned something very critical,
Absolutely.
like you have to learn who you are not. So even in communicating with
Absolutely.
leaders or with widows or with mothers, there are some certain principles that you cannot move out of, and that I believe is what
Absolutely.
you're also trying to say.
Absolutely. Because personally, with my brand, I've had people tell me, "Oh, Eden, I want your opinion on this," and I've had to say to them, "I can give you my personal opinion, but I'm not going to share it on social media because I'm not a social commentator." So it's okay to be comfortable with who you are and also be comfortable with who you are not. So back to your question. So I can actually be found. If anyone needs to reach me, I'm visible on Facebook. I'm also visible on Instagram. Those are probably what two of my most my social platform. Then my website is www.edenonuka.com. And if anyone needs to be coached, or probably you need to invite me for a speaking gig or a leadership training, you can always send an email to edenwrites1@gmail.com. But if you send a message to my public Facebook page, which is Eden Onwuka Speaker Trainer Sage, within 24 hours and 48 a 90-day coaching session in pursuit of purpose for relationship coaching for single mature women. There are some married women that have also indicated that they want to be a part of it. And funny enough, I am not conventional. We are starting our coaching February 16. I remember I told them that we're starting February 16. I'm like, after all, February 16 is the Chinese New Year.
Right.
I'm not Chinese, Ching Chong, but we are starting February 16 for 3 months. So for those that want to be part of it, just you can shoot me an email, and I'll be more than happy to let you know what it takes.
Awesome. Eden, I know you just wrote a couple of books. Eden is a writer as well. Just wrote a couple of books, and I was blessed to read one of them. Can you tell us a little bit about them and where we can buy them? The Power of a Single Story. I am
Okay, Nnanke, thank you. I saw your review on Amazon. Thank you for that. So I wrote 2 books within the last 1 year, actually. The first one is a collection of inspirational short stories. I call them transformational short stories. The kind of stories that after you finish reading it, you have your aha moment, and yet you are, you have loaded principles that you can apply to your life, to your business, to your marriage. Like loaded, and like it's like a lorry, a truckload of goodies, but at the same time you are laughing, you're crying. So it's powerful, it's engaging, it's fun. And the title of the first book, which incidentally made a spot on the international bestseller list on Amazon, made number 8. Yes, it's The Power of a Single Story. That's the title, The Power of a Single Story. And I'm a believer that your story is powerful. Your story may be incomplete. Your story may be scandalous. Your story may be rough around the edges, but your story nonetheless is powerful. So this is 12 or about 12 powerful stories that I put together in a book called The Power of a Single Story. And the second book, I know. So the second book, it was a book I written. If there's something called an accidental book, that is it. So January last year, some people know that I was diagnosed with cancer. I was doing my thing, enjoying myself, new mom, setting up this business and everything, and I got my doctor's report from a wellness checkup. January 7, and this really was, hey, Miss Onwuka, sorry to inform you, your biopsy came back for cancer. Oh my God, when you hear, so last year was a bit, just like I said, I elevate your perspective. So I elevated my perspective. I took my coaching, tips. I took my medicine. At some point, you have to apply the very principles you share to others. You have to apply it to yourself. If you cannot apply your own principles, then please put those principles in the trash can. If your principles won't work for you, why should they work for anyone? So the same things I've been teaching consistently year in, year out, that's what I said. So among several other coaching to myself, I coached Eden coached Eden. So one of the things I said to myself is, Eden, your perspective determines your narrative. What you magnify will grow, and what you simplify will go. I'm like, there are 3 ways to look at this. If you see it as a death sentence, you stop living because of it. If you see it as a life sentence, you become imprisoned because of it. But if you see it as a life hurdle, you become resilient to surmount it. I'm like, you know what? My assignment is not done. So I adjusted my perspective. Did it make the cancer go away? I wished, but it didn't. I still went through 11 intense months of treatment, including chemo, radiation, surgery. But the difference is that I didn't go through as a victim. And that is everything. I didn't go through as a victim. I was on my own team. I was not antagonizing myself with my bad attitude. No, I fought with everything I had, and I was able to be focused on my purpose. So one of the things I decided, I said, you know what? I was looking for a resource about a Nigerian woman, an African woman who wrote about her experiences in real time, some encouragement. I didn't find it at the time. At the time, I'd not heard about Brecan and the wonderful work that the founder of Brecan, Akere Dolu, they call her, I think, Akere Dolu. She was one of the foremost breast cancer survivors. She has this wonderful institute. I hadn't heard of the work they were doing. I hadn't even seen a book by anybody. So I said, you know what? I will be the answer to the need that I have found. Many of us are anointed to find problems. Very few people are anointed to find solutions. So if you find a problem, before you complain about the problem, before you curse the problem, before you blame others for the problem, maybe the reason why you spotted the problem is because somewhere tucked in your inside, you have the solution. So I found the problem. I decided, even though it wasn't a convenient time, I was going to be the solution. So I decided I was going to write this book when I was in chemo, when I was in surgery, when I was bleeding. I was going to write it when the fear of mastectomy. I was going to write that powerful memoir of hope and resilience right in the middle. I didn't even know if I was going to be alive to publish it. It was a mental battle, but I said to myself, I kept Someone else who is going through an adversity will pick up that book and say, wow, this encouragement came from someone who was in the body part is the element of hope. You must get to the point where your identity is not connected to anything external. I am more than body part speaks to identity issues. When they say they're going to cut off your leg or your breast, trust me, that's an entirely different conversation at that point in life. Even in business, where you say I'm bigger than this things, I'm bigger than the balance sheet, I'm bigger than the property, I am more than body part, then you're not even ready for living. You're not ready for living. There is more strength in your human spirit than you even give yourself credit for. So the two books, I Am More Than Body Parts. I Am More Than Body Parts will be released sometime in March, but it is available for pre-order. Nnanke, you can share the link later. But The Power of a Single Story is on Amazon. So
Awesome.
those are the two books I read. I wrote
so
rather.
much. I mean, powerful. I don't want to say much so that I can remain sane and normal as we end. So just in short 140 words, tell us, what is your life philosophy? What are those words that you see on your wall every day that just keep you going in less than 140 words?
In less than 140 words. Those something I wake up. So every day I say to myself, I wake up expecting to be phenomenal. And if I somehow miss the mark, I will settle for significant. I wake up every day expecting to be phenomenal. But life happens, there's fuel scarcity, a bad break, maybe a grumpy boss, the bottom line. If I somehow miss the mark, I'll settle for significant. If you do not raise the bar in your personal vision and your personal affirmation, when life takes all it needs to take, there will be nothing left. People say to me, I don't understand why you remain positive. That was because my tank was full. I was filled with a reservoir of strength and hope. So even when life took, and trust me, life took a lot. Cancer journey, it is not a joke. Life took a lot. Finances, they took its toll on my life and my home and everything. But even though I couldn't be phenomenal, I didn't have a phenomenal 2017. We settled for a significant 2017. I wake up expecting to be phenomenal. I expect to be phenomenal. I carry my culture. The Buhari doesn't define it. Trump doesn't define it. I carry my culture so that when I miss the mark, I can still end up being significant.
Awesome. So if your life was a movie, what would be the title?
Oh, it will be a line from Maya Angelou's poem. It will be Still I Rise.
Wow. I'd like to watch that movie, trust me.
Still I rise.
Still I rise. Oh my
Still
God.
I rise. That will be Still I rise. Yes, still I rise. You are a seed, you don't die, you rise again. What came against you, you turn it into an empowerment tool. What was meant to dismember you, becomes a tool of empowerment. You rise. Irrespective of what comes against you, still I rise. Still you rise. So that would be my that would be my title, actually. That would be my title.
Awesome. Hey guys, this is the end of our show. We didn't even want to end the show, but yes, every good thing kind of does have an end. So I'm thankful to everyone who has stayed through and listened to us. Dr. Eden can be found on Facebook, like she said, and on her website. And you can also send her a message on her personal Facebook page. We are really thankful for the opportunity to spend time with you. Thank you so much. Now, if you have any questions about this show, please make sure that you drop your questions at the end or the comment section of this video. And then we'll see you on the other side. And thank you so much for hanging out with us. Bye-bye.